Well, welcome back to yet another episode on the MK2 Golf 20 valve turbo quick, not so quick build. So today we're getting into something a bit different now. As you may see here, there's a lot of electrical bits on the floor. A lot. Now this is all going in the Golf. So what I've got to go in there in a minute is another little fuse board. And from that, we've got, I want to send new stereo permanent and switch live down. Front, a new toilet feed for cigarette lighter sockets, boost gauges, oil pressure gauges, all that stuff down there. I need to send a 30 amp supply for the heated seats and lumbar support. I need to send a 30 amp supply down there for the electric windows. A 30 amp supply back for the reverse lights, and a 20 amp supply for sort of the rear auxiliary bits and the audio crossover. So I've got all that wiring to put in, plus I want to put in at least some boot lights, footwell light feeds, central locking. So I need to fit in remote central locking, which is all here. So it's vacuum operated, using the VW, that's a Mark III pump, and using the controller. So I've got all that to fit, plus then this audio stuff, which is a fair bit for a Mark II. So I'm trying to avoid putting a sub in. So in the rear quarters, I'm hoping to fit these 10-inch speakers. I have no idea how it's going to work yet, but I'm hoping I get just enough sort of bass off them to, not want a sub, because I kind of want boot space now, really. So 10 inches for the rears. I'm going to keep my 6.5s in the passenger shelf as well for now. We'll see what happens there. The front is having my Polk Audio DB6501 components go back in it, which are excellent speakers. I imported them from America like 5 years ago. They're great speakers. And they were, before I was using the Polk tweeters, which are really good tweeters. But I'm going to try these titanium bullet tweeters in the front first, in the factory positions, and just see what they sound like. If they're too much, then I'll put the Polk ones back in the front. But that's what I've been doing here. I've been doing a little bit of testing in a minute to see what works. So we've got that. We've got I should have in here a heavy duty relay, I think. Yep. So we've got here a 100 amp relay to do the rear ignition live, because I don't want to really be tying all this into the car stuff. Seems like a waste of time. Once I put new looms, we've got brand new window switches, we've got a brand new fuse box, we've got more speaker cable, more RCA leads to go with all the other pile of them there, and then just tons of crimp connectors, tons of cable, everything I should need really to put all this in. So I've got a lot of looms to make here, and a lot of wiring to go in this car, plus to get the factory stuff back into place as well, and all tied up properly. I don't want any rattles, squeaks if I can help it, all that stuff. So there's a lot to do, and a lot going back in, and ideally I'm going to keep the footwell, spare wheel well, sorry, free this time, so I can actually fit a spare wheel in there. That would be nice. So all these seats are going to come out in a minute. The amplifiers are going to be fitted in these rear quarters, I'm hoping. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. All the wiring obviously going to be completely hidden out of the way. And then from the back here, I want to put all the washer bottle, the central locking, all the reverse light controls, fuse boxes, all back in these side bits, so that when the passenger shelf support's in, I can build a timber front, acoustic carpet it, and sort of hide everything as much as possible, and just have one nice clean boot space, and the active crossover sitting here, which is that Kenwood beast there, sitting there, and then it'll be nice and tidy. So in the boot will only really be hopefully a battery and a crossover, nothing else. It's the intentions anyway. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know. But all I can do is start going for it and just seeing how it all pans out, really. So, oh, and we got the DAB aerial and all that to fit in as well. Yeah, this is a lot. Oh well, let's get on with it. So I'm going to crack on a minute, get these seats out, free up a bit of space, and then work out plan, because obviously you can't run the audio RCAs with the power circuits, and I don't want to run any control circuits. I also don't want to run any speakers with power circuits, and the controls for the reverse lights and all that can't be run as well. So I need to separate power and signal and data. let's get onto it and really. Sorry, the GoPro screwed me again here. At least I've learned from my mistakes now, which is handy. So what I've done is I've got the rear fuse box installed, put the washer bottle back in the boot again, put all the carpet back in because that all sits behind it. Behind that I've got the control box for the reverse lights fitted and the controller for the central locking. So that's all fitted nice, ready to go. Right, I do now believe that is all the cables sitting in the car. Not all in the right place, and obviously not dressed in or tied up as you can see. But that's all the cables sitting in the car at least. Making progress. Many hours later, most of the cables now dressed in looms, tied up. Obviously having the RCA's go back in here yet. Waiting on 2 AGM fuse holders to arrive so I can fuse down this main live and put the amplifier lives and the auxiliary lives back here out of another fuse holder. So we've got speaker cables for the rear shelf if I use them. We've got all the looms cables tied in, waiting on doing these lives for the amps when I've got the fuse holders, dress them in properly. RCA's running through, speakers running through. We've got a loom here ready to connect up to a seat, so I'll put a 4-way plug on that and matching ones on the seats. We've got a bundle of cables here, which will be for all the heated seat switches, electric window switches, all that and such. We've got a new feed up to stereo. We've got the DAB, the FM, and all the thingy cables. We've now got the switch wired back up again for the reverse lights, so that puts it into the bright stage for the reverse lights. Wiring through to the doors, to the windows, speakers, future heated mirrors. And the same this side again as well, wiring loom, all dressed up in. So now it's, well, I want to get them fuse holders mounted, but we'll see. They're not due to arrive for another little bit, so I might not get time to do them today. But I can't do a switch panel yet until the centre console's in, and well, I can mock it up really if I wanted to, but I might as well just wait. So, and I don't want to put down the insulation yet until the amps and that are in the rear quarters here. So I think my next task now is going to be mounting and connecting the amps in the rear quarters, and then I can do up seat plugs. The carpet I can all go in before that really. So I think it's the only thing stopping me now starting to put the interior back together is the amps in the rear and a little bit of wiring underneath, waiting for the fuse holders there. So I'm going to continue to crack on. I've still got a lot to do. We've got wiring for tweets up and dash here as well. But definitely fed up of wiring already now. It's been far too many hours, but keep going, it's worth it in the end, right? Doing it all properly anyway, so it'll be good to last. Well, big progress. I've got the looms mostly done up. Got the audio hooked up as a temporary just to see what's working. All working so far from what I've tested. Wanted to put the partial shelf supports in. Realised that to do that I need to put in the rear quarter trims, and to do that I need to put in headlining. So, headlining time. I've been dreading this part. The fixing's already wrong, so in this 5-door one here, the fixings don't marry up with the, well, with that shell at least they don't. I think the handle holes marry up, which is good. And I've heard that the rear quarters don't marry up, but I'm not sure about that. I think they will do, but we'll find out. First thing is to cut this thing for the aftermarket sunroof, which appears to be slightly bigger than the factory sunroof, so that's good, not smaller. But also I haven't got many attempts at cutting this, so, and also trying to fit it in and out by yourself, not too fun. So this could go wrong. Yeah, this could go very wrong. Oh well, anyone way to find out how it's going to go, isn't there? So I did get the headline in semi-fitted yesterday, and the rear pillar trims. So rear trims have been painted satin black. So I thought I'd try my luck and try a 5-door sunroof headlining in a 3-door, not technically non-sunroof shell. Doesn't work. So got the gaps here up the top here, which isn't the end of the world. I can probably build some kind of custom panel to go there, maybe incorporate some lights and make it work, that's fine. But my regret is I cut out the sunroof. So on the last car I kind of had the sunroof blank still film, as you would have seen on a minute ago on the footage. So I cut that out, not realising or completely forgetting that this being an aftermarket sunroof, it sits sort of flat into the roof to fit a non-sunroof headliner, whereas the sunroof headliner obviously accounts for the fact you've got the second roof skin for all the sunroof mechanism to fit into. So you've got this massive gap here, so it doesn't fit. Now I'm sealing up the sunroof anyway, rather annoying. So I wish I hadn't cut it out now, it would have been a lot easier if I didn't. But instead, I'm going to have to, well, I can source a new headliner. If I source the correct one, I'd have to cut out the sunroof still, which obviously doesn't work anyway. And that's 180 odd quid, which I don't plan on spending on this budget build yet. Not, it's more important for me to spend on than that, like lights and yeah, mechanical stuff, not headlining. So I've got more of this material because it comes with a load of extras for recovering stuff. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to build a panel which sort of sits over this. So I can have a little removable panel there. So I'll do something with it in the future, but for now that could be good. And it might be a nice little panel to put in them little I wanted to put in the ambient lighting, so that could work out, but that's my only option annoyingly. So I best build a panel. I'm not sure out of what yet. Ideally it needs to be lightweight, so it's going to have to be something like 6mm ply. I've got some aluminium and some stainless, but it could be a bit harsh. I'm not sure yet. I'll find something, but yeah, that's low on the priority, so I need to build a panel for that. But the rest of the headlining all fits as it should do. So we'll get that finished off in a minute. I could probably pop the pillar trims in and the other posts. Then what am I on? Yeah, let's get the B pillars put in, get the A pillars put in, and then I guess I start working way back with trim. So next up would be the carpet, and then the rear arch covers, and then carpet down through. Maybe get all the speakers removed again in a minute, let's consider it away. Insulation, I need to chuck in those insulation, which will be this stuff here. Now, I know it's not the common insulation for cars, but I had some left. I ripped out a house and I used my last Golf, and it seemed to work really well. It's also not going to fall apart like the fibery glass type stuff that was in there before, whatever it was. Easy to cut, really comfy, and I got the premium carpet underlay, and that's a lot more than I need anyway. So I might as well just chuck a few layers of that in. With this sound deadening here, that insulation, it should be absolute golden. I'm hoping. Well, that's the plan anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna quick tidy up in here and start doing that, I think. So much to do. Oh, and as a bonus, I think I've now got COVID as well. Great. I dodged it for 2.5 years and now I get it. I think I'm well behind on recording again. So now it's the next day. Got even more COVID now. Great. But I still cracked on yesterday. I made a fair bit of progress. So I got the insulation in, got the carpets in, got the carpets altered for the seat frames, got the centre console back in again, the lower dash trims, got the rear door cards on, although I need to retrim them still. Now, original plan was 10-inch speakers in the rear, but they weren't going to fit, or if they were going to fit, it was going to be so tight, it was just like, no, too tight. So I had to put the 6.5s in the rear there, and just paint the bezels so they look a bit less rubbish. Got the rear seat fitted as well, bit of a pig, but all fitted. So, I still wanted to use the 10 inches, because the main issue on last Golf was I just didn't have enough mid-bass, and the bass I didn't want to sub anymore as well. So I had to come up with an idea. Hence all that wood there. So instead, yes, I cracked on and I built a new parcel shelf, because the standard one was not going to house 10-inch speakers. And I built one here out of some chipboard I was lying around. So nice solid wooden parcel shelf. Bet, to be fair, so it's actually much nicer than the first parcel shelf. I had broken clips here before on the parcel shelf supports, So I've installed, because I'm a Sparky by trade, installed 20 old conduit clips there and on my shelf. Put a steel conduit across to make a new leverage point, which had to be, the shelf had to be shortened anyway because the seats have come back further than the last ones, originals. So making a custom shelf was just spot on. It worked out great, and I've got the mid base now, and everything sounds actually better than expected, which is really good. I've definitely got all the mid base I wanted. So that's all installed now. So the boot almost done, bar getting a side panel put in to mount the crossover on and doing the floor. Interior now needs front seats, and sort of sunroof bits out and that in the future, and like extra lighting and all that, and door panels. But I've just done it these. So I went and done a proper job with the wiring for the heated seats, or the plugs, and the lumbar support. So they've got proper, not they need to be watertight, but sort of weather resistant, 4-pin, nice plugs, all crimped properly onto the seat looms and into the car loom. So now they'll plug and play all nicely. So the next job is to fit them seats. It's going to be tight. It used to be tight around here. Now it's before the insulation. So now I might really struggle. But we'll see how it goes. Get the seats fit, I think, and then I've got somewhere to sit down and enjoy my COVID whilst I start putting the doors back together again. So I'm hoping I can get out for a drive this evening. It's midday-ish now. Get the seats fitted, start rebuilding doors. I want to put in switches, or I've got no panel yet, but I need to just at least start wiring up the switches for the seats and the windows if nothing else. So get that going ahead. And yeah, I'm pretty happy so far. Oh, and I've got the exhaust box back on before I go out as well, if I can go out. So, but yeah, I'm again not going to film much in between because I'm trying to crack on with it, and I am, yeah, knackered, and this is not the most exciting stuff for you guys to watch. Ignore the way the car's looking. That's something else happening in a minute because progress is a bit more than expected due to COVID. So, where did I leave off? Well, seats are fitted, all wired up, nice little plugs underneath. Still yet to do a centre console, but I'm currently planning stuff with this, and it's got a bit keener than expected, which is ideal, but it's giving me more work to do. Shift all fitted, all the centre console stuff fitted again, and the sides of the dash fitted, quite a bit fitted. Now, door cards. Beforehand they were this horrible grey material, and I want to retrim them. Ideally in tartan, but also I don't like the way the tartan, when you wrap them in tartan, that it, you know, so your tartan changes as it goes into the crevices and the bends. And as I had a load of acoustic carpet still kicking around, but why not? Got nothing to lose by doing it now, have I? So I've just currently wrapped them in acoustic carpet, so they feel nice and soft. They're also doing a bit more sound, then again having an extra layer of carpet on them. It didn't come out too badly. Obviously it's not hard wearing, so it's not going to wear well. But as a temporary solution for now, it's better than nothing, isn't it? So, same over there. And I've got to finish this up here yet, but the sunroof is now gone. So, made this panel, which goes in around instead. Trimmed in the same stuff as the headliner. Nice and soft. And that fills in the sunroof hole, which is good. So, custom bits going here yet, lighting and all sorts to do there. Sound system's all done, and sounds better than expected. It does sound really good, which is pleasant. It's nice, and yeah, in general, the car's just looking fantastic. So, and the boot's done as well. Let's just show you that. Ignore all the missing trim on the car now. Nope. Oh, I somehow locked the boot. Oh no. Just have that handle. So I got a spare wheel in there, jack, insulation down, timber, carpet, built this side panel here, and then mounted the active crossover on that. So that's all mounted there now, nice and safe. That side is pretty much finished up, just got to label the fuses up. And I got a boot. So there's still plenty more progress coming in the interior, which I'll probably continue on with this video, I guess, because I haven't done much of this video, and now it's going to get a bit digital, and there's going to be some little fancy stuff going in the middle there, which might be done tomorrow if I've still got COVID. I'll have to see. But today's plan, once the postman turns up, is going to be a bit of work to the body, which will be a separate video, so hence why most of the trim's now come off. And I'm just waiting on a few deliveries for this stuff. So yeah, right, I best go hunt down the postman and get cracking with this. I'll see you for some more electrics in a moment. Right, so things got a little bit out of hand, electrical wise, and we've now got this little unit here. So 3 OLED displays, 3 Arduinos mocked up there, a voltage regulator in a bit, and some relays for now. So this is going to control the heated seats, show me oil pressure and boost pressure, and that's going in the center console here. So I've just connected up the window switches. Now I've got to make all this fit in there somehow, which could be fun. Then I've got plenty of interior lighting bits to do later on, so I've got another late one I think worked on this. A lot to do, but hopefully I'll achieve a lot as well. Let's see. Well, roll on, how many? Over 15 months later. Whoops. Quite a few things have changed. The car's progressed a bit. Not much actually that time, to be honest. I've got tub here. Capri's changed a lot. Range Rover's still sitting there doing nothing. Golf, she's been on the road for, well, about 15 months now, really. Not far off, I think, from memory. I thought, yeah, would be about 15 months. Still not finished, as always. Oh, and I have this thing as well now to deal with. Hey, Mia. You, yeah. You're 6 months old. So, still not painting the engine bay. Whoops. Interior though, no, it still isn't finished. Of course it's not finished. But what did I do in the end? So, we got footwell interior lighting, cubbyhole interior lighting, the roof one, which is getting changed still. Rear, so I 3D printed some little rear lights to go in it. Just why not? Because, well, I wanted to make it look a bit more modern, but also be a bit more practical. So you've got this light in here, comes obviously on and off with a door switch. And at me, oh, it does the usual. She stays on, dims down, as it should do. And then not only that, as an extra to that, I've got some rather bright boot lighting. And there's some really decent LED strip. Comes on through the boot switch, but not only does it come on the boot switch, it also then activates the interior lighting again. So when you open the boot, when you're out and about in the dark, you turn on all the interior lights. But the interior lights don't turn on the boot, if that makes sense. Just a little touch. Wiring wise, actually I need to tuck it all back in there still from that hot find the other day, but nothing much has changed. It's all worked flawlessly for the past 15 months. So something I was showing you in the video just before I finished last time, which I actually haven't finished, just duct taped in it still, is there's the 3 screens. It's the only MK2 Golf with that set up because it's all custom. Here is the little new cigarette lighter panel and heat seat controls. This is yet to be finished, like everything, of course. Now, how does it work? Well, let's just turn on it. There's a little OLED displays. Obviously not quite as good on camera. And then we've got our boost pressure, oil pressure, and that one there just alerts you if your heat seats are on or off. That works spot on. So heat seats, beautiful. See our electrical lumbar support. That all works beautiful. A few LED upgrades on the lighting yet to be finished. And what I have wired but not finished up is in these lighting bunches, backwards and forwards, there is actually ambient lighting. So I've got green lighting comes down at night time and lights up the area like you get on like a Range Rover, BMW, that sort of stuff. So I don't know what happened towards the end of the last video I recorded, other than maybe some kind of quick rush. I know I achieved a lot more in here than I actually planned to before the Wales trip, thanks to that COVID I had. But never got around to actually finishing it off. Like the rear door cards still need sorting. I still want to cover the front ones, not in this, but into like proper retrim the front seats, in the middle to match the Edition 30. Tartan, paint the engine bay. Still got to underseal the underside, or just tidy that up and whatnot. There's a fair bit to do yet. But because it works, sorry dog, and it's been so reliable, it's not had anything done to it because I've had so much other things on. If you've been following the series, you've obviously seen me work through painting the car, polishing it, doing the seats and wrap the lock coating and all that kind of such. Shame I didn't make it in the end to a proper build series. But, oh, and also you probably didn't see, which I don't think I recorded any of this, which is a bit annoying again. I'll show you the custom angel eyes now. So those angel eyes, these are just standard angel eyes off Heritage. And what I've done is I 3D printed little adapters, which would then take I think there's a 5mm LED I put in the back instead, and then sort of soldered them together. Is like, I think there's four in these ones, middle ones, and 6 in the outer ones. So I think it's like 2 strings of 3 in there, and 4 and 4. They're all soldered together resistors. Obviously custom made wiring loom for the front end, which goes with heavy gauge cable. So 4mm or 2.5mm cable to 4mm cable, which then goes straight to the starter terminal. So no voltage drop issues on the Osram night breakers on the front end with quad high beams. I like the practical things like that. But yeah, other than that, it does need a little bit of tidying up. These indicators, the aftermarket indicators are rubbish. The clips broke on them straight away. Joys. Yeah, electrically, I finished it off, mostly. I've got a few bits still to do to it, but I can't see myself getting to it anytime soon because of the M113 V8 build on the Capri. Total makes that's another day, another year, another century at this rate, to be honest. Got a Land Rover and all sorts to do, and just too much on. Obviously, this turned into the priority beginning of the year, and I need to get back and finish it off. So, yeah. Either way, I'm over the moon with the Golf build. Absolute gem. It's kind of everything I wanted, and actually more. I've done a lot more than I wanted. I just wish I could get around to finishing it off now. And yeah, I've certainly been enjoying it. At the minute, for the last month, this thing's been my daily again, because the L322's on the ramp in many pieces. Typical. So I've just been beating around in this thing because I know every year it will fly through an MOT. It won't let me down. It works. And then with all these extra little mod cons inside it, it's another step up of luxury. Having the heated seats and all the extra lights and whatnot, it's the difference between, you know, driving a classic car, classic style, or having a bit of comfort in a classic car, if that makes sense. All the sound deadening and all that stuff worked absolutely excellent. Obviously, it's still a Mark II Golf, but it's another level of comfort over just a standard Mark II Golf. Like all the... Now that would sound like a tin can normally on a Mark II Golf because there's no real deadening behind it. But it sounds also much firmer. So yeah. Sorry I didn't finish the video properly. I think this now might be the 2nd or 3rd video in a row which I realised I didn't actually finish. Yeah, I think it's the 3rd video in a row which I only worked out a year or later when I come to edit the footage after finally getting around to it from being a lazy git. But I never finished the video. So sorry about that. Hence why I thought I would finish this video and update you on actually where I got to in the end. So that's the last of the videos on the Mark II for now, until we eventually dive into the engine bay and finishing off the car. But again, I can't see that happening now until next year at some point. So yeah, well, thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for watching the videos. Obviously if this car interested you, then there's plenty of previous videos on it. There's previous videos on my old Mark II. There's all the Range Rover stuff. And then there's the more exciting content at the minute, like the Capri M113 build, where there's currently 21 episodes, I think, of me trying to put a 5-litre Mercedes V8 into a Ford Capri, which actually is going fairly well. So, yeah. Thank you, guys. Remember to drop me a comment, tell me what you think. Obviously, subscribe for more, because that's how you find more. It helps. Like the video, that really helps with the algorithm and YouTube stuffs. And with any luck, I'll see you guys next time. Up in Jordan. Cheers.